Modern Real Estate Practice, page 111. Adverse possession. Adverse possession is another means of involuntary transfer. An individual who makes a claim to certain property takes exclusive possession of it by excluding the true owner and any other title claimants, and, most important, uses it, may take title away from an owner who fails to use or inspect the property for a period of years. The law recognizes that the use of land is an important function of its ownership. Usually, the possession by the claimant must have the following characteristics, which can be remembered as oncha. The property use must be open, obvious to anyone who looks, notorious, known by others, continuous, uninterrupted, hostile, without the true owner's consent, and adverse, against the true owner's right of possession. The necessary period of an uninterrupted possession is a matter of state law. The statutory periods range from as few as 5 years in some states to as many as 30 years in others. A shorter time period may be accompanied by the requirement for the adverse possessor to make all property tax payments. A state may allow subsequent adverse owners to tack their years of possession together to create the necessary period of adverse use. A subsequent adverse owner usually must take possession under a claim of right or color of title, such as a deed from the prior adverse owner that purports to convey ownership of the property. To claim legal title, the adverse possessor normally files an action in court to receive undisputed title. In practice, acquiring title to property by a claim of adverse possession is not a common occurrence. Usually, a claim arises when the title holder isn't paying attention to the property, which may happen when the owner does not live nearby, or if the property is bequeathed to someone who doesn't visit the property. A homeowner who thoughtfully cares for a neighboring vacant property may be tempted to think of applying the concept of adverse possession. Keep in mind, however, that the right of adverse possession is a statutory right. State requirements must be followed carefully to ensure the successful transfer of title. Those who think they might make such a claim should not wait until the end of the statutory period to consult an attorney. Doing so early in the process will ensure that all the statutory requirements are met. Conveyance of a descendant's property. A person who dies testate has prepared a will indicating how his or her real name and personal property will be disposed of at the time of death. As discussed earlier, when a person dies intestate without a valid will, real estate and personal property pass to the descendants' heirs according to the state's statute of descent and distribution. In effect, the state makes a will for an intestate descendant. Adverse possession must be oncha, O-N-C-H-A, open, notorious, continuous, hostile, adverse.